Start commentary. Now?
Yeah, now it's fine. I have recording going.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the official stream of the, I guess this is a Spike Feeders sponsored CDH tournament.
Yes, it is.
I think this might be our fourth. This is the fourth CDH tournament run on the subreddit, correct? Let's just say correct.
Sure. I'm going to say correct.
Just say correct. I know for a fact there's been two others before this. I think this is the fourth. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so today it's me, one of your casters, Noobzors, from the Into the North podcast, joined by one of my co-casters, Scotty from Scotty Knows Gaming.
That's me.
And another streamer, another co-caster, got Turnip.
Hi there, guys.
Of my friend IRL.
Yeah, so I know Noobzors IRL. We play some Magic together every now and then.
I'm sorry. He's well versed enough in CDH.
I hope so.
Yeah. But yeah, so in today's pod, we're going to be looking at PD Measles, who's on the Gitrog Monster, Spleen Face, who's on Prime Speaker Vannifar, Sick Robot on Thrasios Tymna Flash Hulk, well, Shuffle Hulk specifically, and we have Hellworm on a Najeela, I guess, layered Hulk with just standard Najeela stuff.
Gross.
Yeah, kinda.
Full spectrum of the metagame represented here.
Yeah, all the degenerate, all the degenerate decks.
It's quite a meta pod, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Was that like a little Pokemon joke there? Okay. You know
yeah, it was just like a tiny one.
But yeah, so we've got after yesterday's tournament, everyone was at a 1-1 finish. With Sick Robot and Bobby coming in with a 2-0, but really it's a 1-0 with a bye for each of them due to numbering. So today we're streaming the top 16. The tournament structure is going to be two rounds for each of these top 16 players, and then we're going to take the best records and we're going to have a finals pod.
Very cool.
Okay, so game starts off with Najeela going first. Turn 1 Remora. You know, you can't really ask for anything better than that, right?
That's a power play.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that, Hellworm went first, because if he had gone fourth, for example, this Mystic Remora would have been much less spectacular.
For sure.
We don't know the contents of, I guess he doesn't know the contents of the other players' hands, but you can only assume that, this is going to be stopping some players from making some plays on their turn ones.
Yeah. So looking at these hands, we've got some interesting tech. So looking at the PD Measles Gitrog hand, we've got a Sunscorched Desert and a Crucible of Worlds.
I like it.
Yeah, so these are cards that you don't typically see in many of the more optimized Gitrog lists nowadays that are like win con lists or moving off the slow grindy plan. But in the right pod, Crucible of Worlds can certainly be a valuable grind engine. But we'll see how that works out. He does look to be color screwed except for this Lotus Petal, so we'll see how this works out.
Noobs, do you run Crucible and Blitz?
No.
Okay.
In fact, I don't think Crucible has seen play in a long time in any of the top Gitrog lists.
Any of the 3 primer lists?
No, yeah.
Not even Leptis. Okay.
No. It's largely been optimized out with Ramunap Excavator. You just don't need that redundancy of effect that's less accessible through creature tutors.
For sure.
Okay, so Prime Speaker Vannifar leading off lots of mana vaults in hand. Okay.
How do you feel about Spleen Face just firing off the mana vault there?
Into the Remora,
yeah.
I'm dubious.
Well, thinking about it, you've got a turn 2 Vannifar right there, and Vannifar to close out the game very quickly.
Yep.
It doesn't grind well. It's got an average card quality that's quite low. So the faster the Vannifar can just fire off Vannifar and get his chains going, the more likely, the higher chances it has of winning.
Yeah.
Yesterday in Spleen Face, the pod that Spleen Face won, he was actually seated first,
right?
And Gitrog player was going second, and the ability to that one turn advantage was actually what sealed the deal there.
Half a turn advantage.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Hellworm has opted to keep this Mystic Remora around for another turn.
Looks like
Yeah, looking at the players, potentially just the fact that they're sandbagging cards to hopefully wait out this Remora, but, Hellworm has time. He's still able to develop his board with this Elvish Mystic
He's
while
actually
keeping the Remora up.
he's
So,
joking about it in the player chat too. He needs all the food he can get. It sounds like he doesn't feel great about his hand right now, but
looks
Yeah.
like Sick Robot is wise to Spleen Face's shenanigans.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Opting to remove the Mana Vault over the Mystic Remora.
Yeah, I think if your opponent knowingly plays into Mystic Remora like that, then you have to know that something is up, right?
Oh yeah,
You
for
have to
sure.
respect the fact that they're just jamming their mana.
So it looks like, looking at the players' hands here, we've got lots of interaction out of Hellworm. Nothing too proactive right now, except this Mystic Remora.
Right.
Nothing that's closing out to combo. And most of these, the only deck here that's really got a combo piece in the command zone, or just a straight combo piece in the command zone, is the Vanifar.
Mhm.
Right? Everyone else needs to have something going on in their hand.
Right.
Sick Robot doesn't look like he's got Pattern of Rebirth, so he's missing the sack outlet for that, and then he's got an Entomb with no reanimation, so he's probably going to have to be digging with his Timna. That's probably going to be his game plan there.
Yeah, and it looks like the Najila player is in a position to dig as well. He's got Mindblade Render in hand, so that's a pretty good opener if he can plop that down than a Najila or vice versa.
And one thing about Najila too is that it doesn't even really need to be proactive. Like you want to be comboing off, but Najila herself is a proactive win condition over multiple turns.
Yeah.
Closing out the game through beats alone.
Yeah,
The exponential growth there really can really put dent into people's life totals.
It's a very strong. Certainly a very strong commander and a very strong solution for winning right out of the command zone.
Mm-hmm.
So PD Measles rips the Bayou off the top, which instantly fixes his colors.
That was a huge.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to wait out this Mystic Remora wisely by sandbagging the Mana Vault and Crucible of Worlds.
Yeah.
There is an argument for going for the Mana Vault to enable for Get Rog stuff next turn, because he is sitting on a Vampiric Tutor and a Worldly Tutor, which is just a combo right there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this pans out for him, but there is certainly an argument to go all in on that. Tap your Sunscorched Desert for the Mana Vault, and then you can easily set up your Worldly Vampiric Tutor combos for next turn. Land Pass from Spleenface. Yeah, that Relic Warder on the Mana Vault was not too great for Spleenface.
Yeah.
Whose card quality is the lack of card quality is really showing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Although if he can get a nut draw here, Concordant Crossroads in hand is pretty devastating if he can fire it off.
True. Most people do not expect the Prime Speaker Vanifar win out of nowhere. It's typically a pass and go commander. So that Concordant Crossroads really affords some surprise factor that people might not be expecting.
We got a Najila hitting the field on it looks like turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mystic Remora sticking around yet again. It's been doing some work, so I'm not surprised.
yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
surprisingly opting not to keep up the counterspell. So perhaps that's a read on the plays that Hellworm has seen from the other players. Nothing too threatening.
Yeah, for him to have kept up the counterspell, he would have to tap differently to pay for the Remora first of all, and then, I think playing the Najila is a better way to use your 3 mana instead of just keeping up 2. Obviously, there's a call to be made there, but he chose to play as commander, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Sick Robot goes for the Timna swing, getting that card advantage engine online in Arena Plus in the command zone.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby.
It looks
really
like we
fixing
had
those weaker hands.
We had a tutor for a Deathrite Shaman at the end of the turn. Worldly Tutor.
Yep.
Worldly Tutor for Deathrite. This is where I'm starting to question what PD Measles has going on.
Yeah, what's the plan?
He would have very easily been rewarded by going for the Mana Vault last turn, probably guaranteeing him a chance for a win here. Well, not necessarily guaranteed, but giving him a solid chance to go for it.
Yeah.
Deathrite probably one of the weaker tutor targets in the deck right now. Doesn't really stop Shuffle Hulk.
No.
Yeah, but it's our players don't necessarily know what each other are the variants that each other are playing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sick Robot is well known on the CDH Discord for playing Shuffle Hulk and pioneering that deck, or not necessarily pioneer. He didn't. It was definitely some refinements that made, but I don't want to misattribute
certainly
credit
contributions
here.
though.
Yes,
Let's not downplay it. There was a significant role.
Yeah, Measles looks like he wants to. He's not going to wait out this Remora anymore. Go for the Mana Vault.
We got Spleen shocking in a breeding pool, or it looks like it was fetched for at the end of the turn rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a land pass from Spleen holding up the Mist Tutor, Concordant Crossroads? Yeah, looks to be that way.
Yeah, looks like it. Forest Go.
Yeah, seems not bad. There's no reason to jam the Mystical Tutor right now, in case, as we just saw, that the Mystic Remora no longer
being paid for.
Yeah, three mana, perhaps a little bit too much for Hellworm to pay at this point. So what do we got going on for Hellworm? A whole bunch of interaction.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a natural state on the Mana Vault.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, for the same reason that Sick Robot went after Spleen Face's Mana Vault, right? Yeah. So if you see your opponent, playing into things where they could potentially hold it up for one more turn, then you have to feel like something is up.
Yeah. The Mana Vault, just denying getting Gitrog in play is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
So here we're going to see him swinging with Najeela. We'll see the other warrior coming soon, but Spleen Face with no defenses is going to take 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting target coming at Spleen Face, the blue-green deck with Najeela. My first inclination would be to attack the Gitrog player, known for playing Ad Nauseam and Necropotence.
Yeah. That would be my inclination as well.
The Deathrite does not favorably block Najeela, and you get to swing your warrior freely if I remember that card correctly.
Yep, the warrior can go anywhere.
Yeah, so let's see.
Questionable.
Yeah, well, perhaps there is some argument to closing out. Yeah, I don't know. Vannifar really isn't trying to take it to the long game. Sometimes you might want to attack the control player to get their life totals into a manageable spot.
Yeah,
but these are all combo decks anyways, right? So they go from 40 to 0.
Every one of these.
We're trying to plink away at people's life totals every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here from Sick, we'll see the Tymna swing.
Yep.
That looks like a Tymna token to track some commander damage.
Yep.
Don't think they'll be too relevant this game. But
I don't think so, but weirder things have happened.
Okay. And now we've got now we're starting to see Sick Robot's hand develop quite nicely. We've got an Eladamri's Call that could potentially find a. Not sure if his list is on it, but some of our lists have seen Apprentice Necromancer, so that would go nicely with the Entomb that he's got going on.
Yeah.
So are we going to see this Mana Vault stay? Okay, yeah, it looks like it. Oh no, that's a Vamp Tutor for the tapping the Bayou for the Vamp Tutor. So this is end
going
step.
for the vault.
Still the opportunity for someone to remove this Mana Vault.
We've got some counter spells wasting away in hands here, so it might
Yeah, typically in these fast combo deck matchups, we see people sandbag their counterspells for their own protection.
Yeah.
Very reluctant to use their counterspells to stop. It's mainly used to stop game-winning plays, not necessarily something proactive like a Vampiric Tutor, unless someone has a more restrictive counterspell.
Yeah, and I think generally speaking, you can let things like Vamp Tutor resolve unless you know things about their hand, right?
Yeah.
Because this is a -1 to begin with, and then it's not always that you want to counter whatever they're getting. But in this case, when you see that PD Measles only has one other card in hand, it's very likely that you'll just be able to counter whatever they're actually getting with the Vamp Tutor.
Yeah. So based off this board position, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Ad Nauseam. Or sorry, not an Ad. I guess an Ad Nauseam off the. Oh, okay. So we've got a Verdant Catacomb. PD Measles is really looking to go for the grind game here with the Verdant Catacombs Crucible combo.
Yeah.
I
like it.
Not the worst. Certainly not the
like
worst. You could have a read on people's counter magic. So people not likely to counter a Crucible of Worlds. We're going to see a Gitrog monster right here. Now, this is a popular counter target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
this-
Get Rock monsters just get so expensive. After the first time and even the second time you cast it,
Yeah.
right?
I don't expect this to resolve actually. I expect us to see perhaps Hellworm's counterspell used here,
Wow.
especially
sounds
after
like it
Advanced
resolved.
Tutor.
It's hitting the battlefield.
Hitting
Yeah.
the battlefield.
That's
Interesting.
huge.
Yeah,
That's
that's massive for the. I assume he's going to be tapping this Manifold to play the Crucible unless he draws into a land.
Yeah.
He just sacked the Catacombs, drew into a Wall of Roots, which isn't bad.
I mean, he's
But-
getting a bit flooded at this point.
Yeah.
You'd like to see some
It's
action
got a
for
lot of
sure.
mana sources. Yeah.
Lots of live top decks though. Ad nauseum being perhaps one of the biggest to just draw into a bajillion cards and get a surprise win out of nowhere.
Yep.
Do you think we'll see
Unfortunately,
Vault
this,
into
this
Crucible?
Deathrite Shaman. Oh, sorry.
Do you think we'll see Vault into Crucible here?
I think so. I think it's a pretty safe play to go up in mana here. He's got a Priest of Titania, Deathrite Shaman.
Yep.
We've got this Priest of Titania tapping for 3 from the Deathrite Shaman Elvish Mystic in itself, of course.
Yep.
Mhm.
There it is.
So-
Crucible hits the field.
Yeah, just getting the card advantage, draw engine online. You need something. You need to be doing something.
Oh,
Putrid Amp.
It's a big draw.
Yeah, that
That's
is
pretty good.
absolutely massive.
good draw. Yeah.
Half of the combo is online. So many tutors will turn on this Putrid Amp and allow PD Measles to go for the win.
Yeah, it's a very good top deck.
And if you look at people's interaction, there's actually no way to get the Get Rock monster off the battlefield.
Yeah,
Right now,
I don't see any
right?
creature removal
So-
currently.
Yeah, usually one of the easiest ways for people to interact with the Get Rug Monster is on the stack. Surprisingly enough, considering many counterspells don't actually hit. We've got counterspell, mana drain, force of will.
Yeah.
These are things you see a lot, but single target creature removal is a lot lower in many CDH lists.
Yeah.
Now, I'd be quite spooked. I'm not sure I would go for the Wall of Roots. PD Measles is already kind of flooded, and I'd keep that back as a little bit of deluge insurance. This board state is getting quite out of hand.
Yeah, I think even you hold it back just to feign something else at that point.
Yeah. So Spleenface opting not to go for the in-step Mystical Tutor, and just
Just
run out
playing
the Vanifar.
Run the Vanifar straight out.
Now, I guess I suppose a decent Mystical Tutor target could have been a Force of Will or some kind of piece that's simultaneously defensive and offensive.
We have a response to the Vanifar. We got a natural state firing off a Crucible Worlds.
Yeah, at this point, I think that's a little too late.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, right? Because I definitely think that counterspell on the Gerog monster to begin with was probably just fine.
Yeah,
But at this point, like, you have to stop your Gerog monster opponent from drawing 3 cards on their next turn, right?
Yeah.
yes.
So I think it has to be done.
So at this point, we're going to see Robots' maximum greed for the Tymna draws
Yeah.
go a little bit punished by Hellworm with leaving himself open to Hellworm's onslaught of warriors.
Yeah.
This Mindblade render will be drawing Hellworm some cards, which is nice. Oh, and that is a Gilded Drake.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
I would not want to be a Gitrog or Vanifar player
Or
right
Vanifar
now.
player, yeah.
No, and then the carpet hits the field, and it looks like island counts 2.
Yes, Sick Robot has 2
Sick has
islands on the
2, yep.
battlefield. Yep.
Yeah, and I think the correct play here has to be going for the Vanifar, right? This is an untapped win
Yeah.
deck.
I agree here. I think the
The Gitrog player has 1 card in hand
Exactly.
to the Vanifar player's 6 cards.
Yeah.
Now, I think the this Vanifar is also very strong for Hellworm because it allows the Vanifar to its birthing pot on a stick.
Mhm.
So you get to go sacrifice your Mindblade render to find a Derevi
Yep.
and
Right.
and potentially close out the game as early as next turn.
Yep.
What are we going to see here?
All right, here comes combat.
Hellworm moving to combat.
Someone's getting punched.
Yeah, and this army of warriors gets bigger and bigger, and it's one thing with Derevi is you need to have enough warriors.
Yeah.
To-
a critical
to-
mass of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can start potentially chump attacking as well, right? Because at some point the warriors are just replacing themselves anyways.
Yeah.
So
At this point, though, 3 additional warriors from the
Oh,
Najila player. That
baby.
is
Yeah.
that is more than enough. That is more than
That's-
enough to reach that critical mass.
That's quite a board state, and it looks like at least Najila is coming in at sick. It looks like 6 taking everything. That's quite a big swing.
Yeah. Well, the Shuffle Hulk player is not running ad nauseam,
no,
or
usually-
most
usually they
Shuffle
don't.
Hulk decks do not run ad nauseam. So I'd assume this is the case here.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just the favorable
not-
attack.
No, not too big of a concern. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Drake coming out.
Yeah. This could be the pivotal moment of this. For sure.
This could be
Um,
very bad for someone at the table.
Yeah. This is
Now-
where we want to see. He's
Yeah.
got Counterspell backup
Yep.
and Nature's Claim backup here, or Nature's Claim proactive a proactive defense here.
Yeah.
Counterspell for backup.
He's taking Gitrog.
He's taking the Gitrog. Okay, maybe he didn't see the line. That's certainly a possibility.
Definitely possible.
I mean, we are the ones here looking at, or maybe he's not aware of Vanifar as a threat.
It's hard to say. I mean, like
possible.
both of those commanders can take over the game on their own, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is whatever you feel is the stronger threat at the moment.
I think depending on what happens here, it's a very
I think Silk Robot can just win the game this turn.
yeah.
Yeah. He's already found his sack outlet, and he just needs
He's got
to.
the pattern and he's got the pact negation. So
And he
And
just
also
pulled
Fluster
Viscera Seer.
and Flusterstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
it's-
looks like this could
Well,
be
it looks
it.
like it's in the bag.
Looks like we might close it out here. I don't see any relevant interaction.
No.
So the counterspell could stop something which gets pacted. Nature's Claim could be could try to no, you can't even try to get this unless he missequences with the not playing up the Viscera Seer before the Pattern of Rebirth.
Yeah.
But
there's
that
no way
doesn't
to
seem
get
that
that.
doesn't seem
Yeah, it doesn't
It's not
seem
very
likely.
at all.
That was the one thing I was thinking. You could maybe claim the Pattern of Rebirth if he
Now the real
Casting
question is,
Viscera out of order.
does Sick Robot see the line?
Yeah.
And,
Well, I mean, if he's getting, certainly.
yeah, considering Sick Robot is currently sitting or at the top of the CDH rank ladder, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think the line's
that
there.
he's
Yeah.
gonna close the game out here. You've got the
Yeah, we're gonna
other
see
blue
Viscera Seer
players,
first. It looks like here.
Yeah. you know, and
Yeah.
maybe had Spleen Face gone for the Force of Will, he could have had some backing up of Hellworm's interaction coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah, people seeing Viscera Seer in play, followed by more tapping mana. That's not what anyone wants to see.
Yeah. Okay. And here's the pattern onto the Hierarch, and I think that pretty much is GG at this point.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone's too excited to see this, knowing the fact that Sick is going to be running this out into open mana from the Gila player.
Yeah.
Well,
They
They must realize
yeah.
he has some.
Hold on. So
backup
there is
interaction.
Wall of Roots plus Deathwitch Shaman from the Garog monster right now, right?
That's true. The
And
one thing is though,
he does not have Memory's Journey mana up right now, right? Sakura does
Oh.
not have enough mana to hard cast the Memory's Journey from his hand.
He does not.
could we see a blowout here?
So being on shuffle, like obviously this is all on the battlefield, but let's say that Sikrobot has nothing else relevant, and he goes for his shuffle Hulk combo. Then at some point, with the shuffle trigger on the stack, he would be able to try to exile something from Sikrobot's graveyard with the Death Arch.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So we might see Sick Robot try to sequence into a Gilded Drake, perhaps.
Maybe. Yep.
So here comes the Pact.
Here comes the pact first.
Now, if Sick Robot doesn't, he must hopefully.
Well, the thing is that
see.
he only has one CMC worth of creatures to find, other than his usual Blood Artist plus Cephalid Illusionist and Nomad Encore, right?
Yeah.
Because the Viscera Seer is already on the battlefield.
Well,
He-
because the Viscera Seer is on the battlefield, you could go and find something like a Body Snatcher or whatever with the Gilded Drake,
Right.
and you could get Gilded Drake
Okay.
before.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
Gilded Drake
there
the
we're going
Deathwatch
to see.
Shaman,
We're going to.
or you can Gilded Drake the Wall of Roots actually as well.
Or sorry, yeah. I think that's what it has to be, right? It has to be the Gilded Drake with Body Snatcher.
He went
slash,
straight for Hulk.
Rector.
Well, he has to go
No,
for
he's
Hulk.
going
first.
for
Yeah,
Hulk
he has
first.
to go for
Trigger.
Hulk first. Yep.
So here's the trigger.
So the thing where he gets them is that the Deathrite Shaman can't actually just hit the Hulk here, otherwise he goes for the win.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's the
Yeah,
body
there it
snatcher.
is. There's the line. Body snatcher
Yeah.
Drake.
So now, is there a time for him to exile the Hulk from the graveyard between Body Snatcher
no,
and reanimating
because
it? There isn't, right?
he goes to tap Deathrite right now
Yeah.
to exile the Hulk, and then Sick Robot's gonna sacrifice the Body Snatcher
Right,
in response.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's gonna be GG.
Yeah. So let's see. Had Spleenface had a force of will, would that have made a difference? Doesn't seem like it because of the Flusterstorm.
All right, so he's gonna activate the shaman. Yeah. All right, there it is.
Yeah, so that makes Sick Robot undefeated so far in this tournament, with one win in round 1, and then a bye in round 2, and a win in round 3. Shuffle Hulk showing off its strengths.
Yep.
Yeah. Here comes the pile. That's a very, very strong opener. That's very good.
And this kind of illustrates the power of the deck in that he doesn't necessarily have a lot of action. In his opening
I think
hand.
it showcased the advantages of having 9 cards in your opening hand.
Yeah.
Having both Thrasios and Temna as cards that you can play on curve, right?
Yeah.
And also being card advantage engines, both of them in and of themselves, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, we have everybody going F6 in the player chat.
Yeah.
It's a formality
I
at this
think
point.
that's the wrap.
Yeah, that's got to be a wrap.
Yep.
Should we switch over to one of the other pods going?
We certainly can.
Okay, so we'll take a quick break, and then we'll jump in with another pod.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Am I stopping the recording now?